Hey guys, Saf here with another Raid Shadow Legends video, and we are back talking about Siege, and this one is a bit of a, I would say, urgent problem. Urgent problem. I was alerted to this. I didn't really realize what was going on. Very, very difficult to know all of the stringent conditions around how Siege works, right? How many points you get, how it works in general. Now, I'm going to give you a quick summary of how it works, and then I'm going to see how many of you can spot the major problem. So the first thing to note is this tiering matchup system is the most bizarre, bonkers thing I have ever seen, to be honest. For some reason, we're at 2016. I'm pretty sure that I don't know whether it's just started as a 2100 or we haven't won enough fights yet, but we seem to be really low and we could get D-ranked, which kind of sucks if I'm being honest. We're trying our best here. We have been matched up with OBV Hope, who, I'll be honest, are really strong. I mean, this is the type of teams we are having to fight. We are having to fight some absolute powerhouses of players. These are some of the best players in the server that we're having to fight. They're giving us a good run for our money right now, a massive run for our money. Polysux is great, and yeah, it's a bit rough. So how does rewards work? But I've heard a lot of people have had some really weird matchups where the big Krakens like IPR have got like level 15 and 16 clans, and it feels like the matchmaking didn't go quite to plan. But generally with these things, the first matchmaking is always a bit of a mess, and they did do their best, I guess, to try and get us to tier 6. But with that said, how do you win? So very straightforward. You win by defeating the enemy stronghold and winning the most amount of victory medals. That's the goal, right? You have to go into the offense here and you have to take down the stronghold. If you do not take the stronghold, you cannot win. Even if you have more victory points, you cannot win. Even if the enemy doesn't take your stronghold, you still do not win. You have to take the stronghold to win, and you have to win by the most victory medals. So if both teams fail to take the stronghold, nobody wins. If one team takes the stronghold, they need to also win the most victory points to be able to win. That is the rules here for you to do this. Now, to be fair, if you manage to take the enemy stronghold, you will probably automatically win on victory points. So that really isn't an issue. Now, the other thing to note is the amount of defenses you take and the amount of defenses you hold is very important. If you take the stronghold, it is worth 1,250 points. If you take the mana shrine, it is worth 500 points. If you take a magic tower, it's worth 275. If you take a defense tower, it's worth 150, and an individual post are worth 50. So really, taking or holding the mana shrines and the stronghold is one of the most important things. Now, one of the things to note is if you take everything, if you clear the entire board and you don't lose anything your side, you might end up sitting here at 5,000 going, where am I going to get my next 2,000 from? Well, you'll get it at the end of the battle, right? There's a long description and FAQ system here. You can scroll most of it, you can ignore most of it. A lot of it's all a bit rabbly. We don't really care about all of it, but there is one thing in particular that is very important, and it is this section here. So if you have any undestroyed buildings at the end of your siege, you will get bonus victory medals. This is where you get the rest of your points. It is impossible to get 7,000 points without some of these defenses. Now, here is the main issue. Issue number one. If I am a clan that has destroyed the enemy's siege completely wiped them out, I'll get 5,000 points. If the enemy clan also destroys my entire fortress completely, they will get 5,000 points. Nobody can get 7,000 points, even if you completely win the fight. You have to actually completely hold it and also completely wipe it. That's the only way you can do it. Now, there's one sentence here that is absolutely stupid, right? It's absolutely stupid. And we have to do some math to realize this first. Okay, there is 3 attack scrolls per player, 3 rematch scrolls. So the rematch, you can kind of put to one side because you can only use them on the places you use attack scroll. When I pick a post, right? So like I come into here, I want to fight one of these people. Once I pick a post, I am locked into that post with that attack scroll. I can't use that attack scroll elsewhere. It gets consumed whether I win or whether I not. That's when I go into battle. Now I can use my rematch scrolls to fight again. So what does this generally mean? Well, there's 3 attack scrolls. There's 30 members in a clan. So that means on an offense, I have 90 possible attacks and there are 60 possible defenses. Now, tell me in comments below if someone can figure out where I'm going with this, right? 90 possible attacks, there's 60 possible defenses. So that does generally mean that as long as you have 10 people or about 20 people who are highly motivated, and I would say around about 15 because a lot of these clans will have, you know, the top 20 players are really good, so they'll set their defenses. You don't always need as many people. It's a 3-to-2 ratio. I can only put 2 defenses. I can attack 3 times, which means that using powerful people on attack is more valuable than using powerful players on defense, because I get an extra attack. I can take down more defenses. So generally speaking, you only need about 15 people to take the majority of the problems, and then you need 5 people to clean it up. Here's the problem. That means that potentially 10 players don't even engage in the offense. And a lot of people would like think, oh, that's great. I don't like attacking. I don't really like PvP. That works out great for me. Well, here's the problem. In order for you to win anything, not just the victory chest, the milestone rewards, there's an important sentence in here. And it's massively important. And I think Plarium have to resolve this and hotfix this and do something very, very quickly, because I'll explain why this is a major problem. There is a sentence down here, all the way down. Where is it? Rewards for winning an attack battle, winning a siege. Winning a siege. To win a siege, you must complete 2 objectives. Destroy the enemy stronghold. Right? We know this straight away. You've got to destroy the enemy stronghold. And you have to earn more victory medals than the enemy clan. That's the win conditions. Okay, fair enough. If at least one of these conditions is not met, a clan cannot be declared winner. So here's problem 1. If I defeat the enemy stronghold, but they happen to have more medals than me, I don't win. Now, the chances are the system is not going to allow it, because the stronghold is very strong. It gives you a net gain of 1250, and they have a net loss of 1250. But it's entirely possible that could be the case if you put all your defenses in like mana shrines and defense towers and just ignore your strongholds. It's entirely possible. But that is quite unlikely. But that's the first thing. Now, here's the second thing. If no clan can destroy an enemy stronghold, then basically the whole siege is pointless. Nobody wins the victory chest. You might be able to win some of these chests here. I think if you can take a lot of the thing down without... I don't know if you can get that much, though, because the stronghold is worth 1250. You might be able to get to the 3,000 points, maybe. But you're losing pretty much half the rewards if you don't destroy the enemy strongholds. If you can't destroy the enemy stronghold, siege is just done. You just lost. Which I guess is fine. It's part of, people will say that's part of the design philosophy. That's really not the major problem. I mean, I would like to see this not be the way that I originally thought this was going to be a milestone thing like CVC milestones. It's much more like the CVC points tracker, where depending on how far across is how many points you get. It's a bit weird. Next up, it says, if neither clan is able to achieve these 2 objectives, the siege is declared a loss for everyone. Everyone loses. Fine. If the clan has met the victory conditions, here's the major problem. Then each clan member who achieves at least 1 battle victory during the siege will receive a victory chest. The conditions, the content of the victory chest depend on what tier you win. The victory chest can only be received at the end of the results calculation phase. Okay, so you can't win this unless you have fought in a match. But it's worse than that. It is worse than that, because you can't collect these milestones either. You can only collect a reward. The whole thing is contingent on a player either winning a defense or winning an offense. And if you do neither of them, then you get nothing. Now, you might be saying to staff, okay, well, why is that a problem? You're not partaking, you're not taking part. Well, here's what's happening. Clans are basically getting matched against people who have no hope of matching them. So this is typically what is happening, right? These clans are getting matched up, and this is the defense of that clan. Nobody can touch them, right? Nobody can get past the post, because the way that the system has been constructed is if you can't beat someone on sort of 2, 3, and 5, and then probably like anything outward of that, you can't really get into the defense. You can't really attack them. So if you have been one of your big hitters and you've taken a strategy to essentially put your best hitters in your defense, in your strongholds, and they can never reach your stronghold, well, those players, they don't qualify for the make sure you survive 1 defense attack, right? You win a defense attack. So then, therefore, those players actually need to go win an offense attack. But based on the fact that this clan was able to basically hold off entirely, nobody can touch them, then there's a fair possibility that what you can do on defense, you obviously can do on attack. If they can't beat you on defense, then they probably are not going to be able to beat you on their defenses. And the clans are just going through them like knife through a butter. Hot knife through a butter, absolutely decimating them, because this is like a strong clan against a good tier 6 clan, but not necessarily your types of +4 mythicals. Like, I can give you an example of the type of clans we're fighting, right? We're currently matched up against Hope. Look at the defenses we're currently having to fight. You know, you've got mythical champions, you've got multiple 6-star like mythicals, Marichka, Harima is like endemically plaguing the entire encounter. We've got Taras, We've got even like Scream here with this fully awoken 4 mythicals, and I have no problem against these players, by the way. Like, these are just very good players. They're strong players. So for us, like, it's a very, very difficult matchup. We're having to work super hard to try and beat some of these defenses here. Look, Mud here, like a hugely powerful defense. For a lot of clans, they would find this very difficult. I'm in one of our stronger clans in the cluster, so I'm fortunate enough to be in a clan with other people of really good strength and value. But most clans are going to get cut through. If this clan here got matched up against sort of a typical level 16 clan, they're going to just destroy them. So what ends up happening is players wake up, time zones and everything else like that. They go through, they do their 3 offense attacks because they're allowed to. They pick their 3, they destroy them all the way to the stronghold. Boom. The clan wipes the board. And what happens? 10 people in the clan didn't get a chance to use their attack scrolls because they didn't wake up yet. The clan siege is already over. Our defense was like this within about an hour or 2, maybe 3 hours. They were pretty much at our doors within a few hours. Yes, there is still some things for people to attack here, but to be honest, you're entering this realm here where you have to now micromanage the attempts of people to be able to fight. Because if you don't win one attack and you don't win one defense, you get nothing. Your clan can win. Your clan can win the victory chest. Your clan can win all 7,000 of the milestone rewards. Guess what? You get nothing. Nothing. Everyone else in your clan, all those 20 people that did it, they get something. You get nothing. What is that? How has that been allowed to happen? Absolutely needs to change immediately. And here is how we fix the problem. Firstly, it should count the rebattling on Mana Shrine, okay? If you've managed to defeat the Mana Shrine and I go in and I attack someone and I defeat that Mana Shrine, great. That should count as a victory, okay? Because if I can't wake up in time, at least I can use one of those. I know it doesn't use an attack scroll, but it should absolutely count for that, okay? Or maybe I can use excess attack scrolls on those Mana Shrines to try and defeat them. Fine. That would be a good solution. Number 2, if I put my defense up and I don't ever get attacked, that should count as a defense victory. So it means that I still get credit. Why? Because I've participated. I put a defense up. If they use as my reserve team, fair enough. If I didn't put a defense up, I don't get anything. If I didn't attack anyone, I don't get anything. That is okay. But a player who puts their defense in the siege defense for their clan shouldn't be punished because they didn't wake up enough to kill the enemy super quickly because the matchmaking was bad. It's just baffling to me. It is just baffling. Absolutely crazy. And to be honest, it could even be terrible even if the enemy attacks you, because my defense is, I knew this one would be a difficulty because I don't have Harima. I made the mistake of trying to force Nazeran Union against someone who's likely to have Harima, and I didn't have it, so I lost. Fine, not a problem. But I was fortunate enough at least to win at least one of my defenses down here. But if this didn't win, I would have to be able to win an attack. Now, I'm fortunate enough, I'm the leader, but I will be frank and honest with you. If I have had to spend the last 5 hours of my night organizing, coordinating, and helping the clan to be able to fight efficiently so that the clan can succeed, that's what you need to do, right? We were having to basically call individual posts who wants to take it, because there's no system really in the game to help you have sort of like, I can take this or I can take that. I'm having to basically ask people who they want to take. That is what we're having to do here. So I've had to basically coordinate with the clan. I'm happy to do it for the clan success, but I feel bad now because I haven't really been thinking, what about those 10 people that can't hit it? Because I don't have the luxury. Not everyone in my clan can take on, 2 6-star mythicals and 1 5-star mythical that's a +1 with a +2 Duchess. Only a very few number of our clan members can take that on. And it doesn't get much easier. It's not like we are, positioning it. I'm trying to basically give people opportunities to take it where they can. But for a lot of people, they're going to struggle against some of these defenses. I did see a really cool epic one. So Tri-Pickle got a free win. But I have to look at the clan's big picture. If we don't take the stronghold and we don't take the Mana Shrines, then we don't win anyway. We don't get much of anything. So it's not like I have the luxury of being able to manage how many attack scrolls people use. I just don't. It's not possible. And there's no guarantee someone can win these things. But if they're participating and the clan as a whole succeeds, then they participate into that goal. So you know, it's been a 15-minute little rant video. Absolutely, Plarium needs to jump on this immediately because it's going to be unfair in about 1 day, 12 hours when people finish this and they walk away with absolutely nothing, even though their clan completely dominated. They were part of that process because they put a defense in and they get nothing for it. It's absolutely disgusting. I will say as well, my previous estimation of rewards is now being downgraded because I didn't realize that you probably won't get all 7,000. You will probably never get the 7,000 in a competitive matchup. It will be very difficult. If we look at the defense here right now, you can see that, okay, they've still got to take the mana shrines. That's about 1,000 points for them available. They still got a few posts. I think they've still got to take this one here. They haven't touched that. They haven't touched this either. So they've got like, you know, they've probably got another 2,000 points. I'm pretty sure they will finish at 5,000 points. But if we also take all of their points, they get nothing, right? If we take this stronghold, we take their mana shrines, we take the rest of their towers, they won't earn enough points to get themselves to 7,000. So this was never going to happen for them because they're in a competitive matchup. We're able to match them somewhat. We might not be able to take them down. We might not be able to win, but we will absolutely be able to stop them getting 7,000, which means that actually that's going to take 25% of the armor pieces. So you're left with 9. Now you might be lucky and you might triple roll and quad roll different things, or you might get super unlucky and you get absolutely nothing. I guess that is the gig that we're currently playing. We'll have to see how it goes. But there you go, guys. Big problem. We can't have clan members trying to play this game mode in defense mode and then losing out because of a time zone difference or because it was too much of an easy matchup and the 20 of the 30 members of the clan just went free and ham and destroyed the enemy's defenses, right? It's too much effort already for a clan member to have in the back of their mind, the clan leader having in the back of their mind, well, I haven't allowed clan member 25 to have an attack yet, so I better make sure I provision an attack somewhere for one member to be able to have a go. You know, that's very difficult. That is very difficult. So anyway, guys, yeah, hopefully we can get a change. I am petitioning Plarium to make the change. You did it with rewards. Let's fix this. Give people credit if they are on the defense and they don't get attacked. If they set a defense, not a reserve team, if they set a defense and they don't get attacked, that should count as credit for the rewards. That is contribution to the clan. And I'm going to leave it there. Thanks very much, guys. I'll catch you in the next video.